I think that it depends on the injury really, whether depends on who should pay for it or not.
Right, okay, so if you were drunk,
Yeah.
fell over, broke your wrist,
Yeah.
who pays?
I say they should pay because that takes money out of the NHS every year. So you can spend that on better stuff like finding a cure for cancer or something like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But in somewhere like America, no matter what situation there, you pay. You know, isn't something like £20 for a bandage? Do you think that's fair?
No.
Okay, okay. Have you been following the debates?
I watched the first one.
Right. What did you think?
Nick Clegg did pretty good, but David Cameron and Gordon Brown just sounded all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it about Nick Clegg that you liked?
Like he was offering change. Like he prepared a manifesto. He was talking about what he was preparing to cut, what he was planning to do with taxes and all that. And just sounded good.
Okay. What about education? I guess young lady here. We've had 13 years of the Labour Party, and one of their policies was to have academies. So here you are in a lovely academy. Does that mean you're going to vote Labour, if you could?
Yes, probably, because I think an academy gives us a better chance at better education. Because before the school got merged, before Torres and St. Charles got merged, I think we wouldn't have done as good as we do now if we were still separate schools. And I think that shows in a lot of ways, like our GCSE results and our attitude in general.
Some parties think there should be a limit on immigration. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree to an extent. Yeah.
What's that mean?
Like, if people are immigrating because they don't feel safe in their own countries, then yeah, they should be given support. But if people are just immigrating because they just want to make money, or they just want to feed off another land's income, then I think there should be a limit to that. Because you can't reap what you didn't sow. Basically, you can't come and take something that you don't have a right to.
And some people say, I'll get to you in a second, Nelson. It's good to see you keen. Is you go to some schools, for example, Grace School. In 2008, when my newspaper started, 5% of the school population was what we call BME, Black Minority Ethnic. 2010, 45%. And yet, you clearly see that a lot of people have brought a new infusion of intellect, ability and talent. That must be a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But then again, if you think about people who are from violent backgrounds, like countries that are war-torn, they don't always bring like the best to a place, because like people who grow up around a place where there's violence tend to grow up that way, and I guess it rubs off on other kids as well.
Nelson?
With the whole immigration policy, I'd say if they're coming to the country and they're going to contribute to like the economy, like by working and stuff, then I believe that immigration should be alright, but it should be to a limit in it, so that people here aren't taking out their jobs. But if they're just coming just to sleaze off and be on benefits, then they shouldn't be allowed in and stuff like that.
What year are you in?
Year 11.
Year 11? Are you involved in school boards or something, or anything like that, or no? But you have to negotiate every day of your life, don't you?
Yeah.
Like Saturday and Sunday, do you have to negotiate with your parents?
Yeah, like what time I have to come back in and stuff like that.
Yeah. And is that a matter of you saying to them, I'm coming in at 2 o'clock in the morning? Or are there stricter rules than that?
Yeah, stricter.
So that's politics. You have to vote. So if we're in Australia, May the 6th, general election, you have to turn up to the polling station, and you either have to tick which party or a little box at the bottom saying none of the above. If you don't, it's a £60 fine. Do you agree with that?
Not really, because if you get you don't want to vote, or you don't feel that you don't support any of them, you're just going to pick anyone because of the fine, aren't you? Really, because you don't want to get the fine, so you're just going to sort of pick anyone rather than picking the one that feels fair.
So you say you should be, if you're a democracy and freedom, you should let people free to do it, even if it means staying at home. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
No, I don't. Not like that, but I don't think people should be made forced to vote, but should just how can I explain it? you shouldn't really be forced into it, like to made to vote, but then you shouldn't have to pick one because you have to.
But some people say, back hundreds of years ago, that people were shot for wanting to get the vote. There are countries which would love to have the vote. You look at countries like South Africa. When they got the vote in 1994, there was people queued for days, walked hundreds of miles just to vote. So shouldn't we respect that?
I think you should, because people have tried to get the vote, so that you should respect it.
Who would you vote for, Amy?
I ain't got a clue.
That's all right.
I'm going to say something on that.
Nelson.
I think it's like your obligation if you're a member of a society to vote and stuff. Because if you're if you have the right to complain about stuff, if you're not prepared to go and vote, then really you shouldn't be part of the society. Because
Okay, that's a good answer. Would you be interested in going into politics?
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Why would I vote for Nelson?
I don't really have any policies at the moment, but I don't know. I'll try and make things better, innit?
What about what's happening in Thurrock? There's local elections for your local councillor, and what some people are doing is standing on what you call a single issue, meaning I'm not Labour and Conservative Lib Dem. They're like somebody, for example, Save the Tilbury Ferry, or just an independent candidate worried about housing in his area. Do you think that's right, or do you think you have to be part of a party?
Depends really. I say being part of a party, you can cover more vast issues, but some single issues just get ignored completely, innit? So.